Well, hello, my pride and joy and my cubs. Pride and joy is a pride of lions. We have with us JoAnn, and she has so much going on in her life. She's just one busy woman, and she is more than just being a busy woman. She is a highly productive entrepreneur. She has a book coming out that's really exciting, and she has her own business, getting things set up. So let's start out with just saying hi and just tell a little bit about who you are, JoAnn.
Hello, thank you so much for inviting me on your show today. I am from a small mill town in Rhode Island, from a small family, according to Rhode Island. I have 7 brothers and sisters. As you can see from the picture in the back, that's just my brothers and sisters and our kids. Awesome. I'm not kidding. So I'm
beautiful.
So anyway, I came down here to Florida and I am an entrepreneur. How many of you are entrepreneurs? And I was voluntold out of my work after 20 years. I worked for IBM and I loved it, but 20 years is good enough. And now I am an entrepreneur and I am into affiliate marketing, which I fell into. I don't know if you've heard my story, but I fell into affiliate marketing accidentally.
Yeah.
So you were in affiliate marketing for a little bit too, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm still looking into it. I've got a couple of other things going on, little irons in the fire. But
that's the nice thing about affiliate marketing is you can have 100 irons in the fire and you have something going at all times.
Yeah.
The affiliate marketing that I fell into, there was a product out there and I purchased the product. And because I purchased the product, I ended up being an affiliate. I didn't even know what that meant. Honest to God, I had no clue what an affiliate. And now I've written the book on affiliate marketing. This is just less than 18 months. It's crazy what you can do if you put your mind to it.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool. So I love the product and I started using the product and I sold the product accidentally. I told someone about it and I gave them my link. That's how you sell when you're an affiliate. And they purchased. And I made $558 that night. I could have been sleeping when I made that money. It made no. So I sold 3 of those products that month. Guess what? That paid for my product. So my product is now paid for. So what did I do? I took the product and I put it on a shelf and I went back to being an entrepreneur. I went out chasing every shiny object out there and I want to make money and I want to be a leader and I want to be a coach, and forgetting about the product. How many of us don't have our niche? We don't know what we want, right? I didn't know what an affiliate was. I just happened to. So I'm building my website and I'm learning things and I'm making 0 money for 3 months. February comes on and says, make your first sale in this product for free and within 10 days. As I make, that's my product. That's up on the shelf. Take it back off the shelf. I said, let me see, how can I can sell it? How can you teach me to sell it? Well, I didn't do it in 7 days. I did it in 10 days and I didn't sell 1 product. I sold 5.
Wow.
Now, remember, it's $558 a piece. So I'm like, whoa, that's $2,700. I'm like, this is pretty cool. I like this affiliate stuff. This is pretty fun, right? Still have my product. Needless to say, I learned a little bit more about it and the product was wonderful. The next month I sold $10,000 from that product.
Wow.
Remember, I'm a newbie. I'm just getting started. I didn't know what an affiliate was 3 months ago. And now I made my first 5-figure month. Now, how did I do it? I don't know. Seriously, when I started writing the book is Affiliate Marketer on Fire. And when I started writing the book, I said, wow, I didn't even know that. And I didn't know that. And I didn't know that. All the stuff I picked up by accidentally falling into it made a great book. It actually is. It's phenomenal what you learn when you don't know about it. You're not aware. You're just like, God is just taking you and holding you by the hand and teaching you where to go. It's phenomenal. So anyway, after I did that, I had a really good month. I wanted to teach people. I'm like, I already know how to do this. How about if I give this product to some other people? The product was so cool that it was free. All I had to do was give it away free. And if they purchase down the road, I made money. If they don't purchase down the road, I don't make money. but I gave somebody something they need for free. How can you go wrong? It's a pay it forward thing. I mean, it was right up my alley. So I'm like, this is really cool. What I found out is if you have a product and the product has other things that complement it, those people probably have affiliate links too. So now you can take the product you have and offer, I don't know how to build this website, but he does. Why don't you go to him and you give the link? If they buy from him, guess who made money again? Me. I'm like,
Wow.
well, I'm sleeping. So it's like affiliate marketing is a lot of fun. As you can tell, it's a lot of fun. But you do have to work at it. I say you make it in your sleep. You have to put some effort into it. There's a lot of little tricks. One of the things I'll tell you is you need to have a list. Like any other niche you have to have a list. How do you get your list? How do you meet people? Linda, you do this very well. I see you out in the groups all the time, and you do the right thing. When you post, you ask a question at the end. When you post, you put two different things up there. Which do you like better? You need engagement. And when you engage people, they end up commenting. Well, I don't know if you do this, Linda, but when someone comments on your link, do you go and look up their profile?
Most of the time.
Right away. You go look up their profile. They may be someone in the same niche as you. And because they answered you back and forth, you now have a relationship. Friend them. You know how people friend you on Facebook? You get 2,000 friends, and it really doesn't mean anything. Once you start having a conversation with somebody and you friend them, now they know you. They know where they met you. They know. That's how I get 90% of my friends now. I get too many invitations. Now I make sure that I like them. I know them. I've spoken with them. So that's just a little ninja tip on how to get ahead in affiliate marketing. And I'm sure you can get ahead in every niche that way. Mm-hmm. But since my little thing right now is affiliate marketing, and I am really, I don't want to say on fire. I am excited. I'm really excited. We're going away this weekend, and I'm going to meet 300 to 400 people, all in my area, all writing a book, all excited like I am. So you got me on a good day. This is a really good day for me.
I think it's always a good day for you. You're always excited. Yeah.
I just went through COVID. I did a 3-week. I had a 3-week thing on COVID, and my husband got it 2 days, no problem. I went 3 weeks.
Isn't that something?
It really does. It really does make you wake up and see what's important. Because I couldn't do computers for a while. I was just like, it makes you really think. It puts you back into perspective. Because we can get lost in the computer so easily. I'm sure you notice. You get lost. You get out. It
was 7 o'clock last night.
That little squirrel takes you down that little hole. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I have to laugh. In my book, have you heard of Les Brown?
Yes.
Les Brown.
Oh, yeah.
In my book, I did a little thing on Les Brown. I don't know where it is, but he's got a squirrel. Do you remember the name of his squirrel? Tyrone.
I haven't heard that. Tyrone.
All his squirrels, Tyrone. And when he talks to a squirrel, it's like off to the side. What are you talking about? And he'll be talking to you. Get out of here. I said no. And it's hilarious because you get used to him every time he's on. You go, he's talking to a squirrel again. Well, I happened to catch him on a live recently. And he had his squirrel, and this time he actually had like a puppet. And all of a sudden he comes in with a female puppet. I gave Tyrone a girlfriend, he said, and we're sitting here laughing. We're having a blast. But he's bringing people in his story. And that's what you need to do. Whether you're an affiliate, whether you're any kind of small business, you need people to want to be in your story. And Les comes on, and I jump on because you never know what he's going to say, what he's going to do. And but he falls down the rabbit hole or the squirrel hole. He's constantly going like it to be off track again. He's funny. He's funny. So anyway, now I got off track. I'm sorry. Did you have a question for me?
That's okay. I love that. I've never heard the squirrel story.
It's I have it here in my papers. I'll kind of look for it for a second. It's a trip. So what I did was I mentioned him in my book. Oh, you said you have several books, right?
Yeah.
Well, one of the things I'm doing with this book is I've mentioned all of my mentors. So I put all my mentors in the book. So what does that do? Now I'm going to send them all a copy and I'm going to sign it to them, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully that'll get me a little bit. And then I mentioned a lot of people. I put a note out there and I said, who wants to be mentioned in my book? 65 people said, I do, I don't. Whoa, that's not what I was like, wow, that's crazy. So while I was writing this one, and I did it on my mentors, I'm writing a second one now. The second one will be other Life on Fire or friends and family or whatever who have a niche, who have something special to tell the world, who have a miracle that they went through and they want to teach us. I'm going to research them. Always research your stuff. Do not ever promote. If you're an affiliate marketer, the one golden rule is always promote something you love. If you don't love it, don't give it to anyone else. That just isn't an integrity. You have to be an integrity. Okay. So that's one of the things I teach in the book. You absolutely have to love what you're doing. So of course I got offline. I forget what I was talking about now.
That's okay. So that was interesting. You spoke about integrity because I'm leading class and Change Your World. And our lesson yesterday, we meet once a week. Our lesson yesterday was on integrity and the benefits from it and what it really means. And it's like, that was just really awesome. So put in a little plug for mine, but absolutely for you too. But so look at those awards back there on the wall. Tell us about those Tell us about those.
Okay.
Look at all of that.
The one on the left is the most successful. So in Life on Fire, they give you a award. There's an award banquet that's coming up in March, in July. They give you an award if you're the most successful. What does that mean? That does not mean you made the most money. That means that you started here and you stayed with it, and you have an outcome and you got to it. And you let people know about it. A lot of people are successful, but they don't tell anybody on the internet. If you don't tell anybody you're successful, it's not going to get you any more. I don't want to say friends because it's not friends, but you're looking for relationships. And if you're being successful, then you can help other people and you need to see who you need to help. So the one on the left was for success. The one on the right is the most helpful. So if you in Life
That's
on
definitely
Fire,
you.
I always try to be, because people have helped me along. If you knew the mentors who have helped me, when you will read my book, because you've already pre-purchased it, you will read my book. When you read it, you'll see why I give so much, because my mentors gave to me. I mean, literally right now, you know how you have bonuses and stuff when you sell something, you can get a bonus for this and a bonus for that. If you buy now this bonus, I got mentors who are giving me their bonuses to give to my people.
Nice.
And I said, why are you doing that? And they said, because you never ask us for help. I'm like, oh, we don't know what you need, so we're giving you what we think you need. I'm like, okay. I love my mentors. I love my mentors. They are so good, which is why I try to help anyone who needs it. So that would be the next one. Now that was voted on by the group. There's a group of 3,000 people. There's probably 500 active at any time. The 3,000, and I got number one in both categories. And the one down below is for that 5-figure month. They give you an award when you hit 5 figures. The one in the middle is because the first time they gave this award, this is like the second, third time. I've won like 4 times now. But the first time they gave it, their prize was a Ferrari experience. They rented a track. They literally rented a track. Nobody else.
Wow.
But Nick and Megan and 20 of us or 25 of us were on the track with them. And we each got in the car with our driver. They each had our own driver to teach us, and they taught us to drive around the track. I hit 180 miles an hour just for a second.
Wow.
They had a camera on our helmets. They had a camera on our expressions, and they had a camera on the speedometer. They recorded it all and gave it to us as a present. I mean, who does this? I'm telling you, my mentors treat me well. Oh, it was crazy. But anyway, that's what the Ferrari picture is down below. So that was one of the things.
That's so cool. That is so cool. And I love, just because I love family, I love that photograph behind you. Was that taken this year?
That is 2 years ago. And my mom and my dad are in there, but they're both passed right now. All of my brothers and sisters are in there, and their kids and our spouses. Now, the funny thing is, you see that we're all in blue jeans and black shirts.
Yeah.
And it wasn't what the picture looked like. Did I tell you I'm married to a professional photographer?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Every one of those families wore their own color. So we wore black. My sister's family wore blue. My brother's family wore green. Every family wore a different color. And that was because there were so many grandchildren involved. I wanted to put all the families together. So I put them all together, and then I had my husband change everybody to a black shirt and everybody to blue jeans.
That's cool. That's cool. Oh, that's fun though. I love that.
It is fun. Family is so important.
I did 30 years of genealogy, and I set up family reunion for us one time, and we hadn't been together for years. So we all came together that year. And I said, I'm going to bring my flatbed scanner because you don't want to scan somebody's stuff in a rolling scanner and have it get squished up or torn. So I said, I'm going to bring my flatbed scanner. I'm going to bring my cameras. I'm going to bring my printer, and anything you have that is from history in our family that you want to share with others, bring it. We took copies of everything. That way they could share everything, but they didn't have to give anything of that belonged to them away. They didn't have to lose it if they didn't want to bring it outside. I went to their house and we scanned it there. Some of them brought some books for me, and I scanned the books that night in the camper because we were staying at a campground. And just because it was essential for everybody to come to and see. And it worked out wonderful. Everybody got to share. I put all the information in a book because that's what I did before, is I would do legacy books, family genealogy books, and everybody got a part of it and got to keep what was part of the family. And putting it in a book, those that weren't able to get there, then they could, buy the book. I didn't charge them anything except what my cost was for the book, or shipping for the book too. And it worked out great. That way you all shared the family history, but you didn't have to give up anything that belonged to you. And because it's too often things get lost or whatever, everybody was responsible for their own things. They were right there when I scanned it, and then they took it home with them. And it worked out great. We got to see each other. We got to enjoy each other, do some of the fun things we used to do together. I'll tell you one thing we always did for the grandkids. Everybody take the change out of their pockets and coins. And of course, somebody would always get silver dollars because they knew it was coming up. You put it in a jar and you put some out on a big tarp. And then the kids up to like maybe 5 years old could go out, and you'd have so much time before you could get the coins. And then you'd have the older kids come up, maybe 6 to 8, and they could get their coins. And then the older kids, because you don't want kids that are 12 years old competing against 4-year-olds to get coins. And that way everybody got something, and you try to make sure you had enough silver dollar coins out for all the grandkids so they'd get something like that, or $2, if it's not windy, a $2 bill, because those are kind of fun to have, oh, this is something new, so those are just kind of fun things to do at family stuff. So, or even when the grandkids come over.
That's adorable. I like that. I'll have to try to remember.
I know you do a lot of family stuff too. You really love your family.
Yeah, once a week, my grandchildren I try to get my grandchildren once a week. And the first thing he does is if he finds a dime, he goes, "Can I keep it?" So before they come down, I empty my pockets. I walk around the house. I leave them all over the place.
Oh, fun.
And then I come down. Did you do it? Did you do it? I'm like, yes, I did it. Boom. They start running around looking at the house to get my change. Yeah.
I've got a jar, just a little plastic jug that used to have tea in it. And I cut a whole slot in the top, and all year long, I just keep putting coins in there. And then whichever grandkid comes up, whoever has coin, if they want to go to the store or something, and they have coins to buy or whatever, something kind of fun like that. And then what I've been doing, hopefully they're not watching, because grandkids usually don't watch my show, but if they do, they already know I've got a big mouth. I can't keep secrets, especially when it's something for them. I get so excited. But I've been taking the coins, and the year of their birth is finding a coin, a penny, a nickel, a dime, a quarter, and whatnot, and putting it together. And I put in a little envelope for them. And then a few years from now, I'm going to give them all the coins from their birth. And I've got a $2 bill in there for them, and that kind of thing. So that's something kind of fun. It takes a long time for some of those years. Anybody has 2009 coins, let me know. Those are the hardest years to find.
2009, I will start looking. Yeah. I have a lot of coins myself.
Yeah, so it's just something kind of fun, put a little twist on it. But this interview is about you, not me. I'm going to have
I for you. That was excellent. Well, you brought grandchildren up, which I thought was really cool, because one of the things in the book that I wrote about was my grandson Colby, who was 10 years old, who loves to do charity. He loves to sell Kool-Aid outside, or whatever it is outside. He sells it when the cars go by and everything else. Well, he was doing. I'll just show you real quick. this. He was making rock art.
Oh, that's awesome. Look at
Yeah, it's
that.
awesome. So and it was made on 11/25/21, and it's signed by Kobe. So I of course purchased one. He was doing it when I was doing websites, and I said, "How would you like to put these up on a website? How do I do that?" He got interested, and now he and I are on a Zoom, and I'm teaching him how to use Groove. And he's like,
Awesome.
and I had to teach him Canva first, and he loved Canva. He went, and
Oh, I do too.
he made a little video and all the. I'm like, so of course,
wow.
guess what? He's in the book.
Awesome.
He's in the book.
Awesome.
But isn't it adorable? But here's the problem: is Colby hasn't learned. He gives everything away to charity. Everything.
Oh.
Colby, I love you, and that's a great thought. But here, let's set you up for life. Let's get. If you make more, if you make some money, you're able to give more later. But if you don't
Yeah.
keep any, you can't buy supplies. You can't do so. But that was his thing: was give 100% away.
That's awesome.
Love it. I'm never going to stop that. But let's start training at the same time. So
I love his heart. I love his heart. One of the
Me
things
too.
that I heard somebody say this year was they give 90% and they live off 10%. You know, that's the total opposite of what we're taught being raised. You know, is you give 10% and you keep the rest because you got to take care of yourself. It's like I heard that, and it's like that is just amazing. I want to be there in my life, giving 90%, keeping the 10%. What a good example he is. What a good example. You know, one of my, not to horn in on your books because I love your book, and I can hardly wait till it gets here, and it better be signed. No.
It will be signed, I promise.
But in one of my books, I talk about, you know, you have a corn. Now, with that corn, you could cook it up for dinner and you would eat, but then you wouldn't have anything else. But if you let it dry out a little bit, you can use part of it for food, save part of it for planting. Maybe you give some to your neighbor who needs something to eat. And then the next year, you plant that. One seed of corn produces 2 ears. If each ear has 50 seeds on it, that's 100 seeds. You've taken that one and now you've made it 100 seeds. So what are you going to do with that? You keep part of it, you save it to plant next year. So now you can give away one whole ear of corn to neighbors or whatever. You've still got yours to feed. Now you can plant 50 seeds. And out of those 50 seeds, you're going to get 100 per corn stalk, or 2 ears, which is 100 seeds per corn stalk, times 50. And it just keeps going that way. So yeah, so it's neat. It's a way to kind of look at things. I always tell things in stories. You know me, I'm just a storyteller.
Stories is the best way to go. You remember them better. You remember them better.
Yeah. So it's just a way that if you hoarded it all for yourself, one, you would never plant the seed again, so you wouldn't be getting anything. You know, if you ate it all, it's all gone. You're only fed one time, you know, and this goes for a lifetime and it helps others, and you just keep going. And it's like, I love that. I love his heart. You tell him if he makes more rock art like that, let me know. I'm ready to purchase. We've got.
You'll get it in the book because I put his link for his website.
Awesome.
He's actually just, they want a soccer tournament this weekend. They want a baseball tournament this weekend. I'm like, when do you have time to do anything? I'm glad I got my art first.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
Yes, I actually put his link. Well, see, that's the thing. Is because I'm doing an affiliate marketing book. What's the best thing affiliates do? They tell you what they sell. So I can tell you, I'm giving 30 links in this book. So if you're interested in this, and if you're interested in this, and if you want to make money using this, you can go this way. So I'm not just telling people what to do. I'm giving them a resource that they can pick up and go do it right away if they want to.
Oh, that's awesome.
So you can go buy Colby's, but you don't have to. It's not a selling tool. I'm just teaching.
Yeah, definitely.
But what a perfect book, right?
Oh, yeah.
Only book you can get giving links in and nobody cares.
One more thing I was thinking about, because I know this time goes so fast, is I was trying to help teach some of my grandkids about finances. So I gave them a Tupperware container that had 3 slots in it, and I gave them coins, you know, like $1 worth of coins, and you have to decide where they go. I said, you have to give one away because it goes to somebody who needs it. So you have one for charity. You have to save one, and then you have one for yourself. And And it so turned out that my daughter's and her husband's friends had just lost their house. It had burned down. The kids lost all their toys. They lost everything. So as I was giving these coins to my grandkids to save up, they said, well, I want to keep it. One of them said, I want to keep it all for myself. Why do I have to give any away? So she brought up the example of their neighbors. Your friend has no toys, no clothes. They don't have any food, no way to store the food. They have no place to live. Wouldn't you like to help them out? Because how would you like that if that happened to you? And it kind of brought it close to home for them. Well, they go beyond that. Not only do they have one that they give to other people, they have one that they save up for people in the future who are going to need something. They have their savings. They can have the one they keep for themselves. I have been shocked most of the time. My grandkids say, well, I don't need anything. Can I put it over here in this pile for these people? And it's amazing. Kids are just amazing, aren't they?
Yeah,
I
it's
just
wonderful.
love it.
It's wonderful. I love it. You're bringing them up right. You're bringing them up right.
Yeah, she is. Give her the credit. She's bringing up.
She is.
I
Well,
know it takes
grandmas
a
do too.
village, but yeah,
Yes, it takes a village.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. That's just amazing. Well, tell us more about you, JoAnn. You're going to have to come back sometime. I just overtook it. You're just so engaging. You're so engaging. You're
I
doing
love it.
so well.
Well, let me tell everybody what they don't know is, you might know is I don't do Facebook Live. I don't do video. No way. You can't make me. Nick, it's not going to happen. No, I don't like them, and you can't make me. That was me 18 months ago. Yeah. I refuse to do a Facebook Live. Can't make me do it. That's a whole nother day and a whole nother story, and I do go into it in the book. But now it's a blast. Anybody who does not want to do Facebook Live, reach out to me. It's a simple process. It's easy to go through, but it makes a big difference. I'm telling you, on both when I'm learning and when I'm teaching. Facebook Live or Reels or Instagram or YouTube or TikTok. Does not have to be Facebook, but you don't have to get out here and do this. When you do, it's better. You can do it behind the scenes and do slideshows, but to do it, to actually be engaged is what you need to do. That is very, very, very important if you want to make it in digital marketing, is you have to be seen, even if you're not seen, you have to be heard from.
Yeah. You are the reason I did my first live. And if you remember my first live, it's winter. I've got a scarf all around me. You can see my eyes. That's it. That was the only way I could.
You did it in the group.
Yeah, that was the only way I could do it. Now
and look at you now, right?
I love it. But you were the one who encouraged me. It's like, okay, JoAnn was brave and she did it. She didn't want to, but she did it, and she's doing great. Look at her now. It's like, okay, I'll do one. And I think I just had my face on the second one, and then it's like, this is ridiculous. Why am I hiding? Let's just do it. And here I am.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that.
Because of you.
You're my success story. I'm going to use my success story.
You got it. You go right ahead.
But you know that in my next book, I'm going to make a mention of that.
All right. Yeah, because I wouldn't have done it. It's like, I don't want to be on camera. I don't want people to see me. I've got a face for radio. I've got a voice for books. That's it. I don't need to be out there. And it's like, it's not so scary. It's fun. Okay. I love doing this.
When you just said you got a voice for, my 4th grade choir teacher during practice came up to me and said, shh, just move your lips during choir. I'm not kidding. Sister Bernadette, I'll never forget her. Thank you, Sister Bernadette, because you helped me a lot.
Wow.
She actually said, just move your lips. I'm like, okay. That might have had something to do why I didn't want to do lives. My voice is deep, my voice is rough, and I never liked my voice. Possibly because somebody told me when I was a little kid that I couldn't use my voice. But imagine that to tell a student during choir. Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. Isn't that something how things like that happen? And it sticks in that subconscious. I'm learning about this. Get that out of your subconscious. Get that brain to say, but I'm comfortable not doing this. And it's like, too bad. I want to be a success, so I'm going to get uncomfortable.
Yep, yep. It's amazing. It's amazing. On the Facebook Live thing, when I did my like fourth or fifth one, I don't remember which one, I got a text from my babysitter. Okay, I was 62 years old at the time. The lady who was there when I came home from the hospital saw my live on Facebook and texted me, "Oh, JoAnn, you just brought up so many memories of your mom and your dad and when you guys were kids." And I'm like, I didn't even realize we were friends on Facebook. I must, you let anybody in, right?
Yeah.
So people, and she's never ever posted on any one of my sites ever, but she was in the background. She saw my Facebook Live. She came up.
Wow, that's awesome.
It is awesome. And then my husband's second cousin's husband purchased the product from me because he saw me on a live. We haven't spoken to my husband's cousins in like 10 years. They were following and purchased my product or bought the free product. People are watching the lives, guys.
Yeah.
So,
oh, that's cool. That's so cool.
Planting seeds, like you said, planting seeds.
Yep. And you do, and you don't have to do anything with a seed. You put it in the ground and it grows. Same thing with people. You put value in their life and that value is going to grow. You don't have to be the one to water it. You don't have to give it sunshine. You've planted the value. Somebody else can come along and water. Somebody else can come along and weed. Someone else can build sunshine. But, one of the talks I have, and I know it's time we got to get going already, just too fast. You got to come back, JoAnn. One of the things that I tell people in my talks is when you give value, you always get value back. Your value never runs out.
Tenfold. Every time it comes back. I could tell you a million stories next time of things that I just gave away, and all of a sudden it came back and hit me in the face 10 times bigger. Like,
isn't that amazing?
Wow. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Okay.
Or you could read my book.
We're going to read your book. Everybody go out and buy her book. When's your book available?
It's not there yet. It's not there yet.
Yeah, when's your book available?
Next week, I hope. I'm hoping next week.
Okay. And then we'll put it in the links and get you going. Come back after maybe a week after your book is out. We want to hear you're a bestseller. We want to see that you're doing great. We know you're doing great. That's just so exciting. We could just talk about so many things, JoAnn. You're so easy to talk to. That's a good thing. You're easy to talk to, easy to understand. You're good at giving directions because you're kind of like me. We guide people along. We don't say, do this, do this, do this, do that. It's like, well, here's what we have for you. You can choose whichever one you want.
These are your options. Everybody has choices. Well, thank you for having me on, Linda. This is very enjoyable.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
This is great. Thank you so much. Goodbye, my pride and joy, and we'll see you next time on Roaring Like Lions Live. Bye.
Bye.